Hey YouTube, hope everybody's doing well. So I did my first triathlon since the injury.
You ready? What are you gonna do?
Race, have fun, and yeah, that's it. Sprint tri, first race since my injury. Yeah, just excited to have fun, see what happens. Went pretty well, got first place overall. And I'm going to give everybody a race recap. It was the Boulder Sunsert Sprint Triathlon. I was in the open wave. It was a small group of people that left. Online it said there was going to be about 11 people. I think it ended up being somewhere between 5 and 8. It was a very small swim group.
Go Austin!
Which is nice as far as fighting for position goes, because there's pretty much none of that. You pretty much have fresh water to yourself as soon as the race goes off, so that's nice. The only thing that was not good with the swim is on the way out, so it makes a U, and on the way out you're just staring into the sun as it rises, and it's just impossible to see the swim buoys. I was leading my swim group, so there's nobody for me to side off of and just kind of gauge where I should be going. So on the way out I was just kind of swimming blind, swimming hard, swimming blind. There were a couple of times I actually had to stop and tread water because I could not see the buoy, and I just wanted to make sure I was still on the right course. Anyway, so after we finished the turn, on the way back I was just swimming through a bunch of people that had started in the Olympic distance before us. So they do the same U, it's just they just go out further is all. And so I was swimming through a bunch of them, kind of crowded on the way back in. The last 7,500 meters or so, we're just swimming through seaweed. It was pretty gross. During a race you can kind of click it off and it doesn't bug you as much as it would if you were just out training. So running into transition, I'm not sure if it happened in transition 1 or transition 2, but I stepped on something. If it was in transition 1, I know what it was, because it was like a manhole cover essentially was on the ground, and 2 people were on either side of it, and I decided to split them to pass going into transition, and just stepped on the manhole cover. That kind of hurt a little bit, but you just brush those things off during a race, as you know, you just have race adrenaline going on and it just doesn't bug you as much. Transition 1 was fairly smooth. I didn't have any problems finding my bike, getting my helmet on, wetsuit off, anything like that. I guess to back up a little bit, after looking at the results, I didn't have the fastest swim time of the day, but I did lead my open wave, or whatever you want to call it, group by about 1.5 minutes out of the water, so that was pretty good. Transition, like I said, went smooth. Got out onto the bike. I felt pretty good on the bike. I was able to hold a good tight aero position. I knew the first 5 miles or so would be pretty slow, because it's all just a slow gradual climb, and then you kind of ride along the mountain range for a little bit, and then you get to go right and go downhill and go back to, you know, the reservoir essentially. I ended up coming off the bike still in the lead. I averaged not great power. My power was not good at all. It was like 230 normalized power per watts, so very low watts, but it still translated to 25.3 miles per hour. So I guess I have a good aero position for that power to speed ratio. I was fairly happy with my bike split. Transition 2 was a total nightmare. Bike racks weren't marked very well. Needless to say, I went to the next row. I completely went past mine. I couldn't find my spot. And first time that's ever happened to me in a race where I've lost my transition spot. I ended up finding it, and there was nobody to tell me where to go out on the run. I started going out the wrong chute, I had to turn around, go back out the other way. So, lost quite a bit of time in transition too. Running, I think I overbiked quite a bit with my current bike fitness. I haven't been riding a lot, I've been doing a lot of swimming, so I just didn't feel good on the run. My legs were toast. I was not running up to my potential, that's for sure. And then, so we reached the run turnaround, and that's kind of when you get a glimpse of who all's behind you, how far back they are, things like that. Turns out second place was like 30 seconds back. He was right there, and he looked good on the run. He was closing in. I think he ended up having the fastest run time of the day. So I saw him closing in. I knew I had to pick it up. So I did my best to pick it up. I don't think I really increased pace all that much. I went from like 6:15 a mile to like 6:10, 6:05, which still was just not, it just wasn't good. I was hoping around 5:30 pace for the whole run, if that says anything. 5:20, 5:30 pace. So I was not happy with my run. Quarter mile to go, in my left hamstring just started tightening up, and it fully cramped up on me. I had to stop and stretch it out, and I could literally see the finish line just off on the horizon, and I'm just thinking to myself, no, not right here, not right now, not while I'm in the lead, and second place is closing in on me. I ended up managing to hobble in.
Go Austin, run! Woo! Finish strong!
And run across the line, and he was like 17 seconds back or something like that. It was a really close race. The top four guys were all within 1 minute of each other. It was a lot of fun. It was that, and that was the main thing with it, was to go have fun, and I definitely accomplished that. I had a good time. I definitely learned I need to work on the bike quite a bit more, and that I need to just keep doing what I'm doing in the swim, because it paid off really well. That's only the second time ever I've led the swim. With having what I felt like was pretty decent swim fitness going into it, that in turn led me to feel pretty good getting onto the bike, and so I figure if I can replicate the same thing with the bike, obviously I'm gonna go onto the run feeling better, and I can run a little bit more to my potential. But overall, it was a good day. I was very happy to get the win.
And your first place overall winner for the Boulder Sunset Sprint, Austin O'Brien.
That's pretty much my post-race recap. Moving on from there, so I'm actually doing another race on September 19th. It is another sprint try. It's in Longmont, Colorado, and according to the results, I'm gonna have some tough competition, but the goal is kind of still the same. I just want to go have fun with it, not take it too seriously. It's just a local sprint try, regardless of, you know, what level the competition is gonna be there. I just want to go have fun, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned for the next video. It'll be either a race video of the sprint try in Longmont, or a race recap video like this one was. Well, thanks for watching.